Hey, are you looking for a new face? Okay, well, then you came to the right place. Sorry, that's so cringe. My manager makes me say it. Anyway, did you have any inspiration or anything for your new face? Not really? That's totally fine. How about we take a look at some of our most popular inspirations and kind of just go from there? Sounds good? Okay. Well, in that case, could you turn and face my computer for me? Thank you. Is that comfortable for you? Right there. Get up a little bit. Do you want to be a little closer? Okay. Like right there? Perfect. Let me just turn off the lights so you can see the computer better. Let's take a look at our most popular one from this week. I think she's been super popular because of the new movie that's coming out, Zootopia 2. But it is the one and only Judy Hopps. Let me find a good picture of her. I guess this one. Is this really the biggest you can get? There. So, as you can see, I have my little Apple Pencil. She has a little tiny bunny nose, some buck teeth, pretty small mouth, and then really big eyes. Really big eyes. I feel like that's her main thing. And she also has these kind of thinnish eyebrows that are really close to her eye. And speaking of Zootopia 2, let's see if I can just find him here. Nick Wilde is also very popular. Let me see if I can find one of just him. I'll just look it up. Oh yeah, here's a good one. So here's Nick. Like I said, also very popular. He has a much longer mouth. His nose is also pretty small. His eyes compared to his nose are not nearly as big as Judy's, but it suits him. And then his eyebrows are more sharp. And as you can see, they're close to his eye as well. Other than that, I guess most of them have kind of like a little button nose. Okay, let's move on. Another really popular one is Jay from Lego Ninjago. Let's see if I can find a good picture. Probably this one. So he actually, sorry, I keep flipping my Apple Pencil around. He does not have a nose. That's kind of popular for some reason. But he has a tiny little mouth, and then he has this line right here. So his chin protrudes a little bit. He has freckles, those are always good, and then pretty thick eyebrows and small eyes, as you can see. Unfortunately, we cannot do the hair. This is just like a face thing, but sorry, I just hit my desk. Okay, Jay, Lego Ninjago. We also have this one. I honestly don't understand this one, but she doesn't have her beak or eyes on in this one, but I mean, people still get this. So she also does not have a nose. What kind of sets her apart from others is these cheeks. Excuse me. They stick out a lot. She has very straight eyebrows. Mouth is pretty big. We could do your teeth like this if you want to. Most people don't do that. And then, yeah, big eyes. Pretty round head, but we also can't change the head. Also, we have Fix It Felix specifically from Wreck-It Ralph. And this is one that I do understand. I love Fix It Felix. Actually, here's one of his face. So, kind of alternatively, he has a very large nose, which I know some people are into. And then he has eyes that are probably like half the size of his nose, and they're very close together. Bushy eyebrows, pretty far away from the eyes, so it gives him a very friendly look. And a just normally sized mouth. I mean, it's slightly long, but nothing crazy. People also really like his girlfriend. I don't know what her name is, but they also really like her because she has that cute little button nose that's just very popular in general. Nice pouty lip. I know she's pouting in this photo, but generally it's her bottom lip is plumper than her top one. And then pretty big eyes and very just inoffensive eyebrows. We'll do a couple more. Let's do 2 more. The most popular ones. So we have Enderman. Let's see if we can get one that's kind of his face. I guess not. This is probably fine. He's very unique because he doesn't even, you can't see his mouth. We're unable to, you actually can see his mouth in the game, but we are not capable of this. We can't do that. That would require a very intense surgery. So yeah, just have long eyes, and that's kind of it. That one's pretty simple. And then finally we have Vaporeon. Vaporeon is so cute. So she has a very, very tiny nose. Nice little like cat eyes. They kind of have like a sharp edge to them. And then the mouth, it has this like little butt thing going on, as you can see. Let's see if I can find another photo where her mouth is closed. You know what, I'll just stop there. But yeah, here, let's turn you back around. Oh, let me turn the lights back on. So yeah, which one of those spoke to you the most? Fix It Felix. Okay, let me pull him back up. Oh my goodness, I can't type. Fix It Felix. Wreck-It Ralph. Okay. This image looks good. I do have to erase your face, so to do that, I'm gonna use this Scrub Daddy. It has a face on it because it's actually, people don't know this, specifically made for erasing facial features. If you could just sit super still, I'm just gonna apply this to your face to get rid of all of your facial features. texture on the side right here was made so that I could like scrape all this stuff off. I'm almost done here. Okay, now that I am done erasing all of the features off of your face, I can move on to drawing them back on. Here is where we keep our special pencils. It's this leather pouch with a little silver clasp. I really like this silver hardware. I think it looks very classy. But it unravels like this. We are not going to be using this stuff today. We're not going to be using these three, these two, or this. I know it would be scary if we were using an X-Acto knife. We are, however, going to use this right here. We have a bunch of different strengths of pencils. So, for example, 8B, you can see that right there. It's very strong. It's going to put a lot of mass onto your face. So I'm probably going to use that one for the nose since it is rather large. And then as you go down, they just get lighter. So once I'm nearing the end, I'll probably use one of these, like the 2 each, just to make sure everything is very seamless. Yeah, I'm just gonna set that down. Let me look at this picture of Felix Jr. What should I start with? Probably the nose, because that's kind of like the main course of the face. So like I said, I'm gonna use the 8B. And I'm just gonna lay on a very thick layer onto your face. Okay, so please stay very still. I'm gonna start by adding kind of an outline, then I'm gonna fill it in. Okay. Just make sure. Just the center of your face. Now I'm gonna fill it in. This is just the base layer, so I'm not being too particular. Let me just make sure it's nice and even. Okay, now I'm gonna start going around to the center, kind of piling it up on there. Let me just, okay, his is a little wider than this, so let me just add some to the edges. And smooth that all out. good to me. And now, okay, I think I'll do his eyes. They do not stick out nearly as much, so I'm gonna use, let's see. How about just a 4B? Okay. And I'm gonna start by doing like this part right here and this part because it sticks out the most. So, okay. But I'm not adding nearly as much as I was with the nose. Okay. And the bottom sticks out a little bit more than the top one, which is pretty interesting, but I'm just gonna add a little extra to the bottom. Okay, other side. It's probably good for the top, not the bottom. Add a little bit more. Let me just make sure these are even. Feel around. I think there's more on this side, so let's add just a couple more layers up there and then a couple more down there. And then they stick out the most right in the center, understandably, since like the eye is round. So let me just add a little bit more to the centers of each of them. Center. Okay. That looks good. Let's do the cheeks. I think the cheeks will be good. I'm gonna stick with the 4H. I think that's a good strength for the cheeks as well. I'm kind of utilizing a similar technique that I used on the nose, where I'm going outside and then really focusing in. To the other side. Let me just feel. Add a little bit more. And then let's see. Oh, the nose bridge. He does have a bit of a nose bridge. And now that I'm looking at the cheeks, I should probably add a little more. They stick out kind of a lot, but really quick, I'll do the nose bridge. So I'm doing the most in the middle so it sticks up, and then straying to the sides a little bit. Adding a little to the sides to have it blend in, and it'll look like it's just glued on there. Okay, more diffusing. And let's go back to the cheeks really quick. Other side. His chin is like not even sticking out, it's just totally flat, so I'm gonna leave that alone. Let's do the eyebrows. A lot of this I'm gonna use the 4H for, so I'll also use the the 4H for the eyebrows. They're pretty short and kind of straight, actually. He's ahead of the times. I'm not gonna add a lot. just put down a little base layer. I'm gonna do that to both sides, then add some hair-like strokes on top to give it more dimension. Okay. This side's a little cleaner. I'll just kind of make it more even. Good, and then the mouth. Very lightly. I'm gonna grab a 2H for this. I mean a 2B. Oh, I think I misspoke. I was using the 4B, not the 2H. I mean the 4H. I was using it doesn't matter. Right now I'm using the 2B. Let's just very lightly add slightly back. Okay. Honestly, that looks good. I'm now gonna use this to just like touch up all the areas to make sure they blend in smoothly. Or maybe, no, just to play it safe. I'll use the 2H so it's extra light. Just go blend the nose in a little bit, just along the edges. Maybe the tip too, a little bit. And then the bridge. At this point, I'm pretty familiar with this face, so I don't even have to reference it. On the eyebrows, we'll just make sure the shape is good. Okay. I think that everything looks good. Yeah, you look exactly like Fix It Felix Jr., which is a good thing, right? That's what you want it to look like. So yeah, that's it. Thanks for stopping by. Peace.